Hello. Hi. Wow. I just I want to let you guys have a heads up a little bit. I know I mentioned it in my Discord, but I do want to mention that this stream is a little different than my usual ones, where I'm going to be very low energy when it comes to discussing some of these topics. While I'm going to talk more in depth about these topics, I'm going to talk more in depth a little bit about these topics. If you wanna like if you wanna take it easy for the time for to if you wanna take it easy and just relax while we watch while you watch, I don't mind that you do. If anything, it's just for me to talk about stuff, of and talk about what's happened, and you being here is a good enough thing that you guys are it and you being here is just as good as you watching this after it watching this after, or just here to lurk. Lurk. I don't mind either or. Just that I just thought I'd let you know. This might be a this will be a shorter stream talking about some of the topics here. Er, if you guys are interested in sticking around, I don't mind. But it'll be a very short a topical stream about my post assessments for new people here. Er, I do assessment streams every day. I do these assessment streams. Well, not assessment streams every day, but TLDR, I do assessment streams for all the people that are wondering what's been going on in my last few streams. So, yeah. At least this is just a way to health check myself on whether or not I should do more this is more of a way to health check myself on whether or not I should do better in certain ways or not, or what I did wrong or what can be done. But in looking into the future, what could look like, who knows? All right. Thank you for listening to my TLDR. Thank you for listening to my TLDR. Now, hi. Hello. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put down the mic for a second. It's gonna be a lot of energy anyway. I conserve that energy for later. Oops. Conserve that energy for later. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome in. How you doing? I hope you all are doing well. Wow. My villagers are here. It's so exciting. Way. Ba 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 ra na 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 na. Yeah, hi. I hope you guys are doing well. How you doing? I should ask this real quick for a little bit before I get into the subject of today's stream. This might be a bit, but I know this might be a little bit, but we are getting ready for we are going to get ready to discuss some things for a bit. Mm, okay. Yeah. Um Hold on, let me move OBS up front so I don't have to see the statistics. It makes it easier so I can see both my model and all of you in one facial screen. In one partial screen. Yeah, hi. For tonight's stream, we are doing an assessment stream. for for tonight's stream, we are doing an assessment stream. Yay. Well, maybe yay? It's it's topics like these usually aren't the most interesting, but I'll try my best to keep up with how interesting some of these can get, or at least something. I make it as interesting as I can. Okay. For new people who have I'm adjusting something. For new people who are first timers in my channel. Hi, hi everyone. My name is Wolf Queen Warrior. I'm a variety streamer. I do a lot of content. I'm a VTuber. King plays by the role Veronica in the kingdom of Viaquidea. I am I'm an android girl. Oh, I'm an android girl who's a flower princess. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, check out my credits thing in the bottom, in the credits panel on the bottom. I will be updating more stuff as time goes on, but either way, thank you for listening. But if you're wondering who I am, what I'm doing, and why I do these, this is my assessment stream for tonight. This is my first assessment stream for since debut. Oh, this is my first debut assessment stream for some of the older peeps. But for some of you, this might be your first assessment stream that I've done for you. And why do I do them, right? Like that's a good subject to bring up. Why do I do these assessment streams? Well, I do them for one of a few reasons. One, I do these assessment streams to gauge my audience as to where I'm at and where everyone is at in this community. I do this as a means of not only self-checking myself of where I'm at and my goals. It's basically my diary for the as one of the reasons. Two, uh even if it's not stats, that's I talk about I even it's not talking about stats, whether it be even if it's not talking about stats, I talk about any present stuff that's happened throughout the streams, whether it be gauging issues or just in general what's going on, like what happened what happened these last few streams, and what made them do so well, what made them what made them become such a big deal, you know? And why did it get popular, or why did it get aged, or what am I doing that I need to do better, or what is wrong with with some of the stuff that happens on stream that I have to address later. And then the future and then I also discussed the future of it. Like, what do I do in that time? What do I want to do in the future that can continue engaging with that kind of deal? Oh, some things like let's say, I have an issue with not being able to interact with my community all too much. I want to do more community events. Events. Oh, I have an issue with my setup that I need to adjust. I will adjust it in the future. For example, okay, let me see. Uh, for example, this that's not automatic. However, I have a redeem that makes it so that if someone clicks on it, I have to put this on my head. But because it's not automatic, I have to press the button twice to do it. So it causes a problem. It causes a problem a lot of the time when I do this kind of thing. And that's a good example of that. Community engagement. If I have a problem where I feel like I'm not engaging enough with my community, I could do a much better job at it. I can try to do a much better job at engaging with my community. Maybe I could do more community events. Maybe I can try to talk with more with my community. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys when I can, but sometimes I'm always super busy. So in the meantime, it is quite slow to keep up with that, you know? I always try to, but I always want to be engaged with you guys. I wanna keep you guys engaged too since, you know, it's like a two-way street. I want to engage you, and I want you to be able to be to I want to be able to engage with you and engage you and engage you into being here, right? Like, I want you guys to be available at times. But that's just one of those but it's also an example of that, right? How do I go about that, right? Well, yeah, I do these not just as a personal diary as to know where I am at in streaming, but also as a means to give you guys that idea. Where are you guys at in this community? Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at in terms of where I'm at currently? What do you guys want to do, or what do you guys how do you guys want to go about it? I also want to talk about that on my own. Like, how do I want to do that? And that does lead, and that's basically about it. Yeah, like a group quarter report. Yeah. Usually, I don't do a lot of like day. I don't do a lot of these assessment streams mainly because they can get quite boring if it's repetitive or nothing's changed. But keeping you guys updated does help. It does help a lot, right? Like being open about what my communication is always a good thing. I don't know if I will continue to do these things in the future. Maybe if it maybe I might do them offline instead of online. And if it turns out that I can't make time for them, or I am doing so much in the way of things that or I'm doing so much in the way that it just kind of it doesn't work out. But if I do end up doing assessment streams, I do end up doing them in between the end of in the end of the months, in case I don't end up actually doing an assessment stream, as like a mini assessment to show not only what happened these past few months, but also not the past month, but also an idea of where I'm at in my headspace. Here with these big assessment streams, it's like a monthly report. It's like a monthly report or a it's like a monthly report. Er, I have a much bigger plan for assessment streams when I do something like a yearly assessment stream, like a yearly recap to explain over the past year what's going on and what happened, you know? But that's like really it, right? But that's basically the plan. And I do a lot of these things to talk with you guys and engage with you guys and let you guys know where I'm at and how things go, right? So it's nothing like insane. It's just a piece. It's just a thing that you guys are it's to engage with you guys is about it, you know? For this week, a month's assessment, the last one was about my headspace not being in full force, and I feel like I'm not in the right headspace last time because so much was happening in my life that I kind of felt like I was throwing myself away. I felt like I was throwing my own emotions away to focus on the thing I can't control. Oh, so not trying to control it. So yeah, it's kind of been trying to deal with that. Here, this is about debut and how fun I had with debut week. Well, that and the week prior, which was the whole reason why I'm even making this in the first place. I want to discuss all the problems I had and and all the problems I've had, all the good things, and what happened, and how do I go forward about it and in the future. Oh yeah. Ah, okay, sorry, I needed a stretch. Okay, so the week prior, before I debuted, I decided it would be a good idea to finish the week prior and the week before and the week before that, starting in July. I decided I wanted to finish all the games that I've been kind of wanting to finish for a long while. Those being a few games that I've had in my collection and that I knew I could complete in a reasonable time, and 2 RPGs. Fire Emblem, more specifically, I've been finishing Bryce Tiles. I've been finishing a bit more. I've been finishing Bryce Tiles. I've been finishing some. I've been finishing some. I did some VR chat as a means to take it easy. Eh, eh. And for the week, and for the more important part of the week, I actually did. I actually did play 2 RPGs back to back to prepare for the debut. Which, by the way, I did a good job. I felt I did a good job editing how out the silhouette and the background for the debut. Right? You like that when I did the schedule? I think it was pretty neat. I did the same thing for next week, but we'll get to that in a minute. For that week, I announced with the help of the Bell Tolls VT making the card for me that I will be debuting Sunday, July 19th, 2026 with the with at 17:30 GMT and 12 p.m. 12:30 p.m. EST for reference. So basically, I was using basically with the work I was able to do, I did debut. I was able to debut just on time, even if I did sleep. Even if my sleep was weird. But otherwise, the streams I did Fire Emblem and Persona that whole week. 3 of the games. 5 days in a row I streamed Fire Emblem Part 1, Part 2, back to back, with Persona being Part 1 at the beginning and near the end of the week, near the end of the weekday. And Fire Emblem was the finisher, as I didn't finish the game. I finished the game until I didn't finish the game until reaching until Friday, which was the day I actually was able to work. I was able to actually do the thing and do all the setups I need to finish my debut. A lot of my stuff was done last minute, and that was a lot of my stuff, funny enough, was done practically last minute at this point, considering, it's just how the way it is, I fear. Other than that, I had a wonderful time debuting with all of you guys. Next, the week after, which was the day I announced it on my debut plans, I announced that I was I was doing 3 streams in a row. I was doing another 5 streams in a row. However, unlike the last time, I couldn't do this stream when I said I could because I was not feeling great. So I apologize. I want to be able to make my scheduling much more better, but if it delays happen or cancellations happen, it's just the way it is, Otherwise, for the first 4 days, I played Metroid 8. I did my first collab post debut. I did my first Metro. I didn't well, 2 technically, but I did Ender Lilies. Is my second Metroidvania that week, and my first RPG since debut is Persona. All really fun times I had on stream. It was really great. However, 2 of the 3 streams had issues. 2 of the 4 streams had issues. Issues I swear to God was not my fault. I swear. Oh my God. But yeah. But overall, I had a great time debuting. It was amazing. I had a great time. It was awesome. And here we are today doing the one last stream for the week before I take my break. I'll get to that in a minute though. So, I'd say my debut was pretty well. I would like to say real quick before I say it so. Before I talk about all the other stuff, I want to say hi, Big. Hi, Happy Wolf. Hi, Forest. Hi, Hamster. Hi, Ambi. Hi, Mary. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for subbing for 12 months, Hamster. Holy moly. Hey, oh my god, a first yearer. No way. And hi, Soli Luar. Earth. Thank you for welcome in. I hope you all are doing well. Really? Hi. Yeah, hi. Yeah, and in the meantime, and in the humor. Ah, thank you. And in the meantime, uh, in case you're wondering, how did I end up doing my debut? Let me be a little more entertaining. Hold on. I did my debut like this, which I think was an amazing way to celebrate it. Because I think the best way to celebrate it is to dress your best, I'd say. I did this and I did this. My debut had the lore video, which wasn't this outfit. This was made before this outfit was gifted to me. However, this video was done, and however, the lore video, this video, however, that doesn't change the fact that this video was still going to be planned out with this stream was going to be planned out with this model regardless. And I thought I mentioned I had a great time with I have a great time. I think the model looks great and Casey did a great job with it. Hell, I even not only I debuted the model itself. Hi Belle. I debuted every other thing here. I showed off my VTuber room. I showed off my bedroom. I even showed off some of the variations in my room, like this one. Oh, I also did a day and night cycle. And I even had the desk assets as well to go alongside it, which I thought was pretty neat. I'm gonna turn the day back on, and the daylights back on. But yeah, but yeah, I even have toggles for this model, which I was very excited to show off. Even if I was only able to briefly, mainly because I wanted to mainly because I didn't have much I mean I only briefly showed off the toggles because I didn't I cuz in the time that it was that happened, not only did I was extremely nervous, which was a cause of my which caused a bit of my health issues a little bit. I also had a biggest sub goal completion ever. Not even just sub goal completion. I had the biggest amount of gifted subs in a singular stream ever. Like, not even a joke. There is no jest. I'm not even like able to script that shit. That was legit my biggest sub donation I got on a stream. And all I could say, I'm very happy. I'm not expecting that to ever happen again for a long time. And I just want to be proud. I just want to be proud to say thank you so much for being there for all the support that day. You guys have been the sweetest people I've ever talked to. I've ever had the courtesy to be your princess. You guys have been super sweet. Oh, oh, you guys are very sweet. Yay. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Let me go back here. Let me go back and change my outfit again. Yep. Huh. Hi. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. However, and yes, I did have a lot of stuff that I wanted to show. I planned out around it. I had my mix it up. I had my fishing. I had my fishing. I had a lot of my stuff there that day. I even tried out the Twitch integrated throwing system, the TIT system, the first one to actually be utilized for my model because I wanted to test it out. Little did I know I had to shut it off because that gift donation because it was so it was so laggy. I couldn't. It was like, oh my god! I just holy shit! That was so much. But either way, either way, that was great. I had a great time with that. It was amazing. That however, did contribute to something that that isn't anyone's fault, right? It's technically my fault that that happened. And the reason why I shortened the stream as much as I did and didn't get to chance to talk about it too much. That was, I had a heart rate of nearly 160 that stream at a heart rate of around 150, 157, I think. I could be wrong. But my heart stream rate almost peaked at 160. Not only because of like, holy shit, that's a lot of gifted, but also my nervousness contributed to that on top of that. That was like insane. Expecting that amount and reacting the way I did, it's no surprise that that happened. But again, not anyone's fault. That was not anyone's fault. It was just an insane day for everything. The hydraulic pressure spiking that day, exactly. Well, yeah. While I did shorten it and had a hard time talking, I did have another problem. It was also the fact that I had a terrible chair and my back was having I was having a hard time breathing because my chair was shit and was pressing against my body in ways I did not like it. So I had to take it easy for that stream. Otherwise, my model, it's so bouncy. My model, it's so bouncy. I love how it moves. It's so silly. Yeah, that was. But either way, it was an amazing time. I had a great time. While I do think that that's just some nodders. Yeah, thank you for stream streaks, everybody. But yeah, and while I do think it was not anyone's fault, I do want to say I did want to mention that I was having I was having quite some energy spikes in my system. So I did have some energy spikes in my system. So if I needed to take it easy, this was a good time to talk about that. But yeah, otherwise I had a great time. Okay, but everything else, Metroid went great. No complaints there, other than the fact that I had to take constant stretch breaks and standing up. I felt like I needed to stand up for much longer than I needed to because my chair was giving me problems then, which after the Vermintide stream, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm changing chairs. I'm sick of this shit. I'm really glad you had a great time. That's what counts. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the body pains was like I couldn't take it. I had to like get a new chair at that point. But that didn't change the fact that I still pushed through to the end for most of my energy, and it was great. But yeah. The chair I have though is an office chair though, so is an office chair which is different from this chair which would have padding on the lower half of my back. Otherwise, I survived, and I'd say I had a great time with talking about that. I had a great time talking about the games I liked. Though some games I did had some frustrations. More specifically, Vermintide 2. I had a bit of frustrations where we weren't able to make any good progress because we were playing on difficulties that was beyond our control, and that was beyond my control, and we had issues with the game that we weren't expecting to have issues with. So, yeah. The only other thing is that the only other thing was that for me specifically, my model was having a lot of issues moving around so much. Now, why was that the case? Okay, for a little bit of context, I stream in the past. I had an issue where when I streamed with NVIDIA NVIDIA encoding in my chiropractic approved chairs. Yeah. But yeah, in the past, I had an issue where I was using NVIDIA streaming, and with the issue that I had, my streaming quality went tits up. My GPU was sad, but it wasn't. It was because I was using a GPU. I was using that while my stream was delayed severely. Because my stream was lagging while playing a video game. And it was specifically pre-debut. So yeah, it's strange that happened in the first place. Since then, I changed it from that to CPU encoding instead of GPU encoding. However, Vermintide 2 and all the other games I played have had CPU intensive issues that I was not expecting to be having instead. And now I'm confused whether or not I want to change it from CPU encoding to GPU encoding, because I know my future plans requires me that I'm going to be playing games that are going to be GPU intensive instead of CPU intensive. Why is that? Because I know damn well that that's my plans for the future. But streaming and playing a game with such an intense level power is very intensive for my PC. And so I don't know if that's a problem with my PC itself or a problem with my encoding, or just an optimization issue that I'm having, which is something I'm going to have to figure out later. Crazy enough, this happened with Ender Lilies too, a game that's supposedly less intensive, and Persona, which didn't happen as harsh, but had just as much of an issue. Set VTube Studio. Yeah, I think I did that. Did I not? Oh, wait, no. I probably set a VTube Studio to a lesser priority for it because of the because of something else. But either way, a situation I could do to fix it is to fix the issues later. But this time, I should be able to have these problems fixed soon enough. But that shouldn't be a problem, right? That shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that's basically my situation with that. Like my CPU and GPU issues, I should either probably get a new component or find solutions that could help make the VTuber model run much better. Since a lot of the stuff that I use are very CPU and GPU intensive at the same time. And considering I have a decent graphics card capable of running games like Persona and Doom Eternal, by the way, I say that I can, I'd say it's likely a thing I might have to adjust on my end. But it's also a thing that I have to, No, for future use. That maybe I might need a better graphics card or a better a CPU in the future. But that's neither here nor there. Either way, I have new RAM, which has helped me severely, and that's basically the most important thing that I have. Of. But for now, that is all I can say. Oh, here comes the green screen crashing. Too real. But yeah. As for other issues that propped up, my internet fucking died like 3 separate times in this week. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why. Well, one of those days, my thing powered down. My house cut power temporarily during stream while we were setting up for the Vermintide stream. So I streamed part way. I had to delay my part of the stream by like by like a few minutes or so because of my issues. I don't know how that ended up happening or why, but that happened. And the other two, my internet was dying, and I don't know why that keeps happening. The worst part is that there's nothing I can do about that other than invest in a power surge surge protector, which I can't. I can't account for those issues. I can't account for those issues in I can't account for the issue like that on hold on. Let me breathe. I can't account for that issue when one, it's quite an expense, and two, my router's actually across the house from me, as across my actual living space from me, and I have like a wireless router that connects to the other one, and since I don't actually have a router that I don't have a room that connects to the other router through a wall or anything like that. So whatever issues I have with my internet, I blame the fact that I don't have anything. There's nothing I could do with that. But either way, I'd say I have a lot of other stuff that I can do. There's a lot of other stuff I can do to protect my components. Which is to say, future internet issues may prop up again, and I apologize if it does. I thought I mentioned that. But in other news, I had a great time. The games ran smoothly, and for the most part, my model ran smoothly for all of the games except Vermintide 2, because that game is CPU intensive instead of GPU intensive for some fucking reason. But yeah. All the games I've had, they are really good. They ran really well. I'd say we had a great time with that. As for other issues, I realized that streaming basically 5 days in a row twice is back to back is not a good thing. At least for my health. But I also wanted to, but I know it was a good thing to interact with my community. It was not a good thing for my health because physically, I'm fine. Mentally speaking, that's a lot of work, don't you think? I had to mentally prepare myself with so much other shit. I had to prepare myself for so much other shit that I didn't give myself time to work on the stuff I want to work on with a bunch of other friends I have. And I do want to hang out with you guys, but I think I should go. But I did the only reason I did this was because I wanted to do an after party and finish the games I wanted to finish, and that was the proper only way I could do that. But that doesn't mean that it was healthy. And yes, my usual schedule is usually 3 streams a day, if not a 4th stream, depending on if I stream a day earlier than that. meaning Wednesday is either the day off or it's Thursday that's usually the day off because I usually stream twice a day, twice a week, twice in a row, and then a third day on the weekend, and then and Mondays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays are one of those days where I either do the two streams in a row or or I take the day I separate the days off. I separate the days off. But now, but I enjoyed my week. I enjoyed my 2 weeks of streaming twice and streaming days in a row. But that's not a healthy thing for me, especially when I have either health issues regarding my body and I have a fucked skeleton structure, a skeletorial structure, by the way. I should contextualize that. Even if my bones are not bad, are not unhealthy. It's just the way the strut laid out makes me feel very uncomfortable with my body. But it also means that mentally I didn't give myself time to work on all the stuff I want to work on. And so starting next weekend, next week, starting Monday and throughout, it's Sunday tomorrow and throughout the next weekend and throughout the next week until August, I will not be streaming for the whole week. I will be taking a day off. I'll be taking the week off as it means to get not only work on the stuff I want to work on and also work with all the stuff I want to be able to work with other peeps, but to give time to hang out with all of you guys through a different means. We could do a Gartic phone, we could do movie nights, we could do a bunch of other stuff. I want to be able to schedule all that stuff with all of you guys sometime. And while I could always do that this weekend, I still need to have time to work with that with family stuff too, because I'm forced to kind of balance my family life as well alongside my work. But either way, I'm just scheduling my stuff till the next August and the next week of August, or at least the next available week of August. And so next week I'll be taking a break from streaming for a bit, and then being able to work on streaming, and then being able to return to streaming properly with either a big stream or a small stream. Who knows? I want to be able to catch up on a lot of the games I need to catch up on, a lot of the goals I want to catch up on, and I need to do a better job at doing a lot of the stuff I need, and catching up on a lot of the other stuff that I've been wanting to work on for a while. But that doesn't mean I am leaving you guys with nothing, after all. I am still be talking with you guys. I'll still be posting from time to time. I'll still be able to work on stuff from time to time. I still will be planning streaming. I'll plan hanging out with you guys. I'll plan on doing more community stuff. I say this right now not as a means to say I'm tired of hanging. I say this as a means of saying I'm kind of needing a break so I don't like burn myself out, you know? Especially since my usual streams end up either getting fucked over by some bullshit internet or fucked over by a lot of other stuff, you know? Like I don't want issues propping up randomly because I'm not giving myself enough time to work on them. I also do want to say that in the future I will end up doing some crazier stuff with streaming. For the time being, though, I will be taking things easy for next month, as next month will be my affiliate anniversary. I will be talking about the history of my first year of streaming and the year before that and the years before that, as a means to give you guys an idea that yes, there was a history of me beforehand. And I wanted to talk about that before, letting you, I wanted to do that before letting you guys, be aware of that kind of thing. I love playing video games with a lot of peeps, and but I also wanna talk. I like talking a lot of about stuff. It's fun. I'd say. Thank you for health check. Hi, Frosty. How you doing? All right, let me take a stretch. Yeah. My plan is I want to do more collaborative stream and talking and a lot of other stuff. But if I can't I can't achieve this kind of stuff if I'm just going to, lose it. I start losing it, whether it is mentally speaking, physically speaking, or a bunch of other stuff that ends up happening that doesn't. Sick as fuck, but I'm also sick as fuck. I'm sorry that you're sick as fuck, but you're also sick as fuck. That's wicked. But yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Frosty. I appreciate you stopping by, but thank you for health checking. I just finished that. I just gobbled that shit down. You're doing your best. Rest well. Rest well. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Well, yeah. Basically my plan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot to mention. This because of debut week, I have reached 200 followers on Twitch, which makes me very happy. Next up is 300, the big 30, the big 300. But yeah, I hope you feel better. Yeah, yay. Well, yeah, I'm very happy with how this model turned out. There is a lot of stuff I still need to work on, though. Like, for example, I still need to work on a lot of my debut stuff, to be fair. Well, post-debut stuff. For example, I still need to make my stuff automatic, so whenever someone does the toggle, does a redeem, it's automatically toggled. Like, for example, let me pull it up again. I have for this is an example. I'm not switching to it. Well, I am switching to it, but example. You know how that didn't work? Because I have to press this button. Right? And I want to fix that by having it be automatic. And so, yeah, I want to be able to work on that. But even then, like, all the stuff I had to do. Oh, that doesn't mean that I didn't do any of the work. It's that there's a lot more work and processing into this than initially put on display. And so all I want to do with that one is be able to work on that. I also want to be able to work on making more stuff. Making more fun stuff. Like maybe I want to make more gifs of my little silly. I want to do more funny stuff. Like I want to be able to. I want to be able to make gifs for people to utilize in fun ways. I want to have. I want people to. I want to spread around more of my word in my own community through my own community. But I also want to be able to naturally do that as well. But I naturally do that as well. I also want to be able to do a lot more content, but I also want to be able to balance that content as well alongside it. That way, I can actually work on both. I can work on it. I can work on making you guys making a reward. I can work on doing what I'm passionate about and have you guys be able to watch it and from time to time. Not that I would force someone to do it, but it's always appreciated that you guys are able to, in regardless. But that's basically my thoughts on that. I want to be able to do so much with streaming and stuff. I just don't want to be able to overwhelm myself with so much work that it just becomes less and less fun. So in the future, whenever I do do that kind of thing, whenever I do stuff, I want to try to be able to work on doing a good job at it. That way you guys have that way That way happy with how with the work I do, and you guys are happy seeing all the stuff I've been able to work on. I don't want to make it so that I feel like I'm miserable working on stuff, because then that's not a fun thing to experience for a lot of people watching streams. Games. If it ends up that I have to like take breaks, aches because I'm not feeling great or I'm feeling like I'm letting something get to me, I very much appreciate you guys being able to check up on me from time to time. But yeah, but yeah, that's basically about what I that's basically about what I've been able to that's basically all the stuff I've been able to to work with. And I'm happy that you guys are able to be very interactive in the times we had. I'm very happy. I'm very proud. I'm very happy to be with you. I'll be your princess. I'm happy that you guys are here to be my villagers, or it's my community. Eh. And the biggest shout out I want to give. I'm happy to all of my friends here in general. You guys have been very sweet. You guys have been the main reason for me being able to push streaming as far as I've been able to. Oh, not as far as I've been able to limit wise, but as far as been more than more than I've been capable of ever doing on my own. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of my friends for being in such sweet individuals. You have been the sweetest people ever. Eh. I'm very happy that I've been able to get most of my support from my influences, my influences, my friends, and the peers around me. And I'm very happy that some of you guys have been influenced by me. I've influenced by me to do stuff that you guys wanted to do. You know, I always want to try to be able to be supportive of the stuff I want you guys to do. Just like how my peers have been supporting me for for all the stuff I've been wanting to do. Oh, well, you guys have been you guys are the reasons why I'm even here. Why I'm even continuing where I'm at now, and I couldn't I wouldn't be able to trade that for the world. And my friends for being able to keep me in in my headspace and where I'm at today. Eh. I'm very happy to have the greatest people around me in my life. I can never like throw that away. I never want to throw that away. I would never be the same if I threw my life away for that, you know? I don't it would no matter how much my brain tells me the stuff, tells me like a brainworm and how all the things to think about. I I always want to try to you. I don't always want you guys. I'm always appreciative of you guys. Of what you all do. I I go through a lot of mental hardships it's because of my upbringing, and I don't want to let my upbringing affect I don't want to let my upbringing continue to affect me for who I am as a person. The only brain where you should have is Wormonic. True. The silly evil worm on my brain, not the silly evil not the corrupted demon in my brain. That's why we're still helping you sprinkle in salt onto those brain worms. Yeah. Yeah. You guys have been the sweetest. You guys have been the kindest. This has been the most open I've ever felt about myself in the past few years, actually. I've never been as open as I have since I don't want to talk about that, but years ago, like let's just say 10 years ago. Oh, when I had 10 years ago when that's become a problem, you know, like I always see myself as a troubled kid growing up. I've always seen myself as a troubled kid growing up, and I understand, and I don't want to. I don't, and as much as I'd say that I have gotten better since. I still feel the effects of my past in my mind today, but I know that that's not who I am now. But it's just hard to let that go, if that makes sense. I know it's the matter of the fact that I don't want to, I let it control me, that I don't want it to feel like I don't want to feel like letting it control me any longer. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't let it, that doesn't mean that I should let it continue consuming me. I want to keep myself in the head game for a head game. And if it keeps consuming at me, all it's gonna do is make me feel worse, make you guys not be able to spend time with me because I'm making you guys feel miserable around me. That's not what I want to do, and I don't want to keep letting that happen. And that's what being a VTuber is about. Oh, for me, like, it's not about. It's about being as open as I'm able to, but as open as I'm able to. Oh, I want to be able to entertain you guys at the same time. Um, it's in a way. You guys have been the biggest reasons why I'm even. Again, as much as I say it again, as much as I keep saying it, you guys have been the biggest reasons why I continue being the way I've been being the way I am. As much as I don't, as much as I want to be open, sometimes things not being open about it is a good way to just say I'm letting go of it, letting go of my past, not letting it haunt me as much as I can. But if one of my biggest haunting things that I still want to, I can't let go is is basically just the fact that I'm stuck with them for the rest of my life for the time being, until they either go until I'm gone from there, from that home life, and or gone from other facets of my life. It doesn't matter. As long as I have you guys around, up to be around. You guys have been you guys will forever continue to be very sweet individuals, and I will continue to be your very sweet princess as forevermore. I don't want to let go of that. I want to be able to be there for when you got for all of you guys. Is and and at some point, no matter what happens to me, I will always let you guys be aware of what's going on, and I will always be there for you guys, no matter what. Even in a way, eh, in a way, I'm being a little parasocial, but I very much depend on you guys as much. I don't know if that you feel the same way about me, but I very much feel like I'm dependent on my friends and the peers around me. Yeah. And it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say. Eh, it's kind of hard to say that. I'd say I love you guys. You guys have always been super sweet. You guys are always such sweethearts. You guys are always such sweethearts. I never want to let you guys go. Okay. You guys have always been you guys have always been here. Well, I always will have you in my hearts. Even if you guys aren't here all the time, I will always remember, I will always still keep good times together, and I always have you guys in my hearts. Why? Because it's very important. It's very important that if I let that feeling in my heart go, then and then I just become a husk of who I am. I don't want to let that go, you know? You guys have always been sweet. But yeah, uh, I think on an unrelated note, I did get like a shit ton of views that stream on my debut, but as much as I had a lot of views that stream, that doesn't really reflect on my current performance. And I'd say, if anything, that's just to show that I did a great job on my I had a great job that stream. I had a great debut, but everything else onward It's a matter of am I able to maintain it, and if I didn't, and I should do a better job at it, you know? And if I was able to maintain it, I'd say did a great job continuing what I do. It's just really hard, but it's just really hard. It's a really hard thing to balance being entertaining, being real, being playing in character, not playing in character. It's hard to be myself it's hard to be myself a lot of times, you know? But I always try my hardest to be myself. Mainly because being myself is facing myself to the truth is basically a form of letting go and moving past my past, I'd say. It's a really sweet thing to have to go through. It's a really sweet thing to talk about. Well, it's a really hard thing for me to talk about, but it's really sweet to be able to talk about it because it makes you guys aware that I am more open than I am before. I want to continue being open about stuff I've done in the past, but either way, it's a lot of the stuff I want to keep open about. I am still going to keep it more private as a means of not bringing up shit that doesn't need to be brought up up so it could be used against me, whether it be like, oh, bring up something about my workplace environment, and then I don't want to use that against I don't want to use that against I don't want to use that against my job or as a means for people to look up where I've worked and stuff, because then that just becomes a problem. But I will be wanting to talk about my workplace environment from time to time. And my past workplace environment sometimes. I think it's a good way to discuss that kind of subject. It's just hard. I just gotta find a good way to talk about it without, you know, doxing random people, bringing up people or doxing people on times. Well, it's hard. It's easy, but I'd say it's hard without knowing what's too much information, what's too little information, what's not, and you know what I mean. But yeah, I want to be more open about my day to day life, but I also don't want to be. But I also want to be more open to being a character talking about her day to day life. But I will make it very clear based on that I'll make it very clear based on if I'm playing a character, based on the subject I bring up and how I go about saying it, rather than rather than just saying it and saying it just acting and saying it randomly right now. Saying it and saying it randomly, you know? I don't wanna, like, break character. I don't wanna break character if I in randomly in the middle of my, character spiel talking about it. But my real life and my in-character life can get mixed in here or there. Or, like, if I say my character is a bit has a bit of a tragic story. It sometimes a bit of my real life tragic life can seep into it, and that is something that I can make clear about, you know. But I don't want to bring too much tragedy in my life. I want to bring up all the fun stuff in my life as well. Oh, tragedy is fun to understand a perspective. It's fair to bring up in a perspective thing, but too much tragedy makes it seem like, damn, she really is depressed. As this is she. But not bringing up too much, but bringing up only the fun stuff can make it seem like, man, she boring as fuck. It's just like, it's too crazy, or it's too unrealistic, you know? I want to try to find that good middle ground. That's my life. That's my thing with my life and the life I have in streaming. I want to find a middle ground between it and there. I don't want to let I don't want to find I don't want to be on two different sides of extremes and just have people believe that I have nothing going on in my life or I have too much going on in my life. If something happens that's too much going on in my life, it will be brought up, but I won't I will try to move past the subject as quickly as I can. That one wow, this stream really went a bit deeper than I expected. But yeah, my point is, streaming. This week of streaming has been an amazing week of streaming, but I know that mentally speaking, I am mentally not preparing myself for something I need to properly prepare myself for, which is dealing with dealing with everything around me. Now that I have more movement, more people will be able to see that I can be more distracted sometimes. I want to balance that. I want to balance that in my life. I feel like I fidget so much, and you're gonna notice that a lot. But if I feel like I have to get up so many times in the stream, that means I probably need to do a better job sitting down. Oh no, or I need a better chair, or I need to balance times where I'm sitting down for so long with standing up some time to time, and I want to be able to still have it be functional, the tracking be functional while still streaming, you know. And I do need to do a better job at optimizing my stuff for my streams. Like my model needs to be running better, or my games need to be running better. My PC needs to have do a better job at running. I need to do a better job at making the streams better. I need to do a better job at this kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to have issues where that's caused by caused by things out of my control or in my control that I should have prepared for, you know. Either way, I'd say we had a successful stream, a successful debut in general. I don't care that I lost viewers because viewers was not my big intent for that. Or at least, well, it is, but it's not. But afterwards, it wasn't. It wasn't because it was a matter of if you guys were able to stick around in general, and if I was doing a good job at keeping you guys engaged in some way. And it's not a matter of views. It's a matter of it's a matter of if I can as if of my community as if I was able to keep my community engaged consistently. If I wasn't, I should do a better job at it. If I was, I should at least try to do a better job at it, but I could still continue to do what I usually do, you know? On an unrelated note, thank you, Beltos, for helping me with cybersecurity stuff again. If I didn't future proof my cybersecurity, who knows what would have happened? You know what I mean? Oh man. But yeah, thank you. Otherwise, I think that was enough of I think that's enough. I think that was enough of the assessment stream. Did you guys enjoy the assessment stream tonight? I think we had a great time, I'd say. I had a great time talking about stuff I was talking about. So glad you fixed that. If Belle fixed that for you, because V cries. Because cries, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Alright, so I want to do a raid now. I'm gonna raid you guys into someone bro be keeping up with transparency and honesty. Yeah, Butterfingers. Oopsie, silly me. I had my hands up in the air. I've been caught. Yeah, I'm gonna get my raid message. I'm gonna check for following for people I follow. For now, I found a VTuber I found a very interesting VTuber, I'd say. And Astro Axolotl. Do you guys? This will be a new raid. This will be a new raid I will be doing. This will be a new person I'm raiding today. Not well, a new person. Period. I'm raiding today. So yeah. Don't tell. Don't. All I could say is If you were interested in, if they're interested in knowing what I yapped about, I just yapped about I just yapped about random stuff I like it, but I'll raid you guys into very tempted to hit the funny guide, the raid button. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, for now, I will raid you guys into Astro Axel. I think they're gonna be playing Ocarina of Time if you guys are interested in that. They're streaming an hour. They've been streaming a couple bit, but they're yapping. But for now, I'll just let you guys hang out with someone. With an axolotl, I'd say. Soon enough, I'll probably get around to. I'll probably check out their stuff. But for the time being, I'm gonna take a break and stand up for a bit. I'll be able to catch up with you guys then. But for now, I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good insight into my mental state and the streams that are going here. And for all the new people, this might be a regular occurrence that happens once in a while, but don't expect it to be every month. Does that make sense? For now, thank you guys for watching, everybody. I hope you all take care of yourselves out there. Bye. Wow. Oh, wait, wrong screen. Wrong screen.